Most people think that power is control. Control over people, control over circumstances, control over outcomes. But that's not the kind of power that the magician represents. The magician is something far more dangerous. Self-authorship. The moment that you realize that the tools to create your life were in your hands the entire time. And once you see that, you can't go back to pretending you're powerless. In the classic tarot imagery drawn by Pamela Coleman Smith, the magician stands at a table, and on that table are the 4 symbols: the wand, the cup, the sword, the pentacle, fire, water, air, and earth. Every element of existence. And the message is simple, but it's terrifying. You already have everything you need to start creating. The real question isn't whether you have the power, it's whether you're willing to claim it. And here's where trauma complicates things. When you grow up in environments where your voice didn't matter, or your choices were punished, or your identity was controlled, you learn a survival strategy of powerlessness. Not because you lack power, but because using it felt dangerous. So you shrink your voice, hide your instincts, second guess your decisions. The magician arrives when that survival pattern stops working, and suddenly you're faced with a terrifying truth. You can influence your life, which means responsibility returns too. And that's the moment that many people freeze. If this is resonating with you, subscribe, because every week we break down the major arcana through trauma, queer identity, and transformation. This isn't a love and light spiritual bypassing space. It's a place for people who feel like they're starting something new, but don't know how to move forward. And this card might be exactly what you need. And there's something that's deeply queer about the magician, and not just because of the gender identity, but because of self-definition. The magician refuses the role that's assigned to them. They create a new one. For queer people, this moment is familiar. The moment you realize you can write your own story. You can choose your own relationship, your identity, your creative path. The magician is the archetype of self-authorship, and that can feel rebellious in a world that prefers predictability. Every archetype has a shadow. The shadow of the magician is manipulation, using intelligence without integrity, performing power instead of embodying it. You see this in those toxic gurus, the spiritual influencers, and anyone that's selling the idea that they control the universe. That's not magic. That's theater. Real magic is quieter. It's the moment you take responsibility for shaping your life, one decision at a time. So here is the question that the magician is asking. Where in your life are you pretending you don't have power? And what would change if you started using the tools that you have at your fingertips? If this has shifted the way you see the magician, hit like and subscribe. And if you're looking to explore these archetypes more deeply for your personal life, click on my website in the description below, and I'll see you next week.